Good morning, student. In today's class, I am going to discuss about the binary search. In the given array, you have to find out the desired element using binary search technique. In this kind of the technique, the compulsory thing is your array should be arranged in the ascending or descending order. If it is not arranged, you have to apply any sorting technique to arrange the elements in ascending and descending order. In your exam, if you are getting the question related to the binary searching, so it is in that kind of the question, it is already mentioned that your array is already arranged in the ascending or descending order. So this is a pre-requirement for the binary searching, that your array should be arranged in ascending or descending order, means it is should be a sorted list. So first of all, you have to declare an array. In some cases, array will be already already array elements are already given, and in some cases, you have to take the input from the user. It will depend upon the which kind of the question has asked in your exam. In this problems, we have already taken an array. It is declared, and these are the elements existing in the array in the ascending order. It is a sorted list like 5, 7, 9, 11, 15, 20, 30, 45, 89, 97. It means all elements in array A are arranged in the ascending order. It is an integer array. So when you are declaring the this kind of the array, take care of this thing, that how you are declaring an array within a curly bracket. You have to declare the all array element in a comma separated list. So if you are declaring the array in this way, so its size will be defined by the number of the elements will contained by the array. So in this case, how many elements are contained in this array? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. 10 elements are here. So the size of the array is 10. Now the next thing, you have to enter the elements that you want to search from the given array. In this example, I have used the buffer reader class, because you should have the practice of the buffer reader class also. In previous examples, we have used a scanner class. In buffer reader class, we have to import the package IO package. Buffer reader class syntax is like this, and then you have to use a method read align from the buffer reader class. So br is the object of the buffer reader class. Br.readalign is a readalign is a method belongs to the buffer reader class that we have called. In case of the buffer reader class having a method read line, that will always read a value in form of the string. So if you want to convert the string into integer, you have to use the integer.parseInt method. So that will convert the value into the integer. So this key variable we have declared, that will accept the value in form of the integer. After taking the value from the user, you have to apply your binary search technique. In this kind of technique, you have to use the two variables. You have to declare the two variables. First variable is an integer variable, and second is also integer variable. First variable name I have taken as the low, and the second variable name I have taken as a high. So any name you can take here. It's low variable having initial value 0. Why its initial value 0? Because it will represent the index of the first element from the given array. Means it is the index of the first element 5. 5 is the first element from our array. So 0 will represent the index of the 5, and the high will represent the index of the last element. A dot length minus 1, it means the A is the length of the array. In this case it is 10. So last array element in this case is 97, and it indexes the 9. So 10 minus 1 is 9. You can take the 9 also. In this case, you can use the int high is equal to 9, or int high is equal to a dot length minus 1. Both is correct, because it will represent the index of the last element. So 9 or a dot length minus 1. Ultimately a dot length will give the length of the array, means how many number of the elements contained by the given array. In this case it is 10. Now another variable, it will also represent the index. In all kind of the array, these three elements having integer type. Why? Because these elements will represent the index of the array. This will represent the index of the first element. This will represent the index of last element, and this will represent the index of the middle element. So middle element's index you have to find out by applying this logic. Low plus high divided by 2, it will give the index of the middle element. So whatever value of the low variable and whatever value of the high variable, it will be added and divided by 2. You will get the value of the mid. Now next is you have to apply a loop while low is less than equal to high. This loop you have to apply. Value of the low or value of the high will be changed, and this loop will work when value of the low is less than equal to the high. At the starting point, the value of the low is equal to 0 and value of the high is 9, means this condition is true, means value of the low is less than high. But when we will move further, then the value of the high and low will change. Value of the high will increase, or value of the low will increase, or value of the high will decrease. And when this condition will remain false, then our searching will stop. So in first case, first statement will be the key is equal to a mid, means if your element whatever element you have entered from the user, if it will be matched to the mid element, then your searching has completed. Means what logic you are going to apply here? The logic is that middle element will be the desired element. Middle element will be the desired element. That element you have to search. So your element you have entered, it should be matched with the middle element. So if this condition is true, then your searching has completed and your loop will break. And if it is not true, then what will happen? You have to apply the another condition, k is less than a mid. In this case, what we have to do, that key element, key means the value that user has entered, its value is less than the middle element. If its value is less than the middle element, then value of the low will not change and value of the high will decrease. Value of the high will be mid minus 1. Means value of the variable high will change and it will become mid minus 1. In next case, what will happen? Low is equal to mid plus 1. In next case, value of the high will not change and value of the low will change. It will be mid plus 1. So if this condition is satisfied, if key is less than a mid, then high is equal to mid minus 1. But if another case, if key is here, I have not written any condition, but what is the meaning of else? It means the rest of the condition. The rest of the condition is key is greater than a mid. If key is greater than a mid, then what will happen? The low is equal to mid plus 1. It means in this case the value of the high will remain same. High will remain what? High will remain a dot length minus 1 and low is equal to value of the low will be changed. Initially what was the value of the low? Value of the low was value of the low was 0. Now what will happen if this condition is satisfied? If this condition will true, means key is greater than a mid, then value of the low is equal to mid plus 1. It will be changed, and every time value of the mid will be find out again. What will be the value of the mid? Low plus high divided by 2. So every time the value of the mid will be changed. What is the meaning of this logic? Every time the list will be divided into the two part. Two part means if your element is existing in the first part where key is less than, if key means the desired element what you want to search, if it is less than a mid, then searching will happen on the first part. And if this condition is not satisfied, if another condition is satisfied, means if element that user is has entered, means in this case we have saved in form of the key. If it is greater than a mid, it means it is the searching will happen on the next part, means in every iteration the number of the iteration will decrease by half. Number of the iteration will be decreased in every iteration. In this case it means that search in this kind of the searching it will take less time as compared to the linear searching, because in linear searching all elements are checked, but in this case only the elements will be checked on the first, half part, and every time the list will be divided into two part and our desired element will be checked from the half part. That's why it will take the less time. That's why this kind of the searching will be preferred for the long list, because it will take the less time. Means if from the very beginning this has checked that your element is existing in which part, in this part or in this part, first half or second half. So from wherever it is existing, again this if for example your element is existing in this uh, first part, then in for second iteration this first part is checked only, the rest of the part will not check. This part will skip, means these number of the iteration will be skipped, so this will reduce the number of the comparisons, so it will take the less time. So after coming out from this loop, what we have to check, if low is greater than high, then such element is not found. uh, why this condition is applied? Because low is greater than, if low become greater than high, it means if you are coming out from the loop and you are not getting the variable, then low become greater than high. When this condition is false, because condition will true if low is less than equal to high, and when this condition is false it means low is greater than high. So it means your element is not existing in the given array. It means if low is greater than high, element is not existing in the given array. Otherwise whatever value you have searched, that will be printed in form of the mid element. So if array value you want to find out, then you have to use the a mid. Here we have print only the index. System dot out dot println value of the key found at the index. Key, the value whatever we have entered from the user. For example, we want to search the 15, so 15 will be printed here and its position will be printed here as a mid element. So in this way you are able to find out the element from the given list. So this kind of the searching is very useful. But what thing you have to take care of, you have to uh, you have to declare the array in a sorted order. If it is declared as a descending order, so only you have to change the symbols here. If it is declared in the ascending order, so that this kind of the technique you have to apply, this kind of the logic you have to apply. One other kind of the changes you have to mention here. The another kind of the change is that if array variables are declared as a string type, so what you have to do, you have to use the compare to method of the string class, because this string variables will not accept this less than or greater than symbol or double equal to single. Relational operators will not be applied in case of the string variables. So in case of the string variable you have to use the compare to methods of the string class. So for binary searching technique you have to use the compare to method. So do the practice of this type of the program, binary searching. And if you have any doubt, related to it, you can ask it, so we can discuss it again. So this is all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.